warm welcome to AD4 TV Radio News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's federal capital. I am Merciful Ajinomo. The President of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, on Saturday restated his commitment to the ideals of the freedom of the press, saying democracy thrives better in an atmosphere of transparency. The 2020 World Press Freedom Index, compiled by an international non-governmental organization, Reporters Sans Frontières, had ranked Nigeria 115th out of 180 countries in April. The index, which described Nigeria as a climate of permanent violence, cited the killings of journalists and campaigns of disinformation as examples of the country's attempt to weaken the press. But President Buhari, in a statement by Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, made a recommitment to the media in commemoration of the World Press Freedom Day on May 3rd. According to the statement, the president reiterated the commendation he extended to the Nigerian media in his last two broadcasts to the country, applauding the good work they have done and are still doing as the nation confronts the COVID-19. In other news, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control has expressed fears that the number of coronavirus cases in the country will continue to rise for the next few months. This comes as the lockdown imposed on the Federal Capital Territory, Lagos and Ogun State, Nigeria, ends at 11:59 p.m. on Sunday. The Director General of the NCDC, Dr. Chikwe Ihekwazu, this Sunday said the number of cases was likely to go up given the increasing capacity to find and test more cases, adding that there were 220 new cases on Saturday as Nigeria's total rose to 2,388. The number of discharged persons rose to 385, while the number of deaths increased to 85. According to NCDC, there are 62 new cases in Lagos, 52 in FCT, 31 in Kaduna, 13 in Sokoto, 10 in Kebbi, 9 in Yobe, 6 in Borno, 5 in each of Edo and Bauchi, 4 in each of Gombe, Enugu, Oyo, 3 in Zamfara and 2 in each of Nasarawa, Osun, Ebonyi, Kwara, Kano and Plateau States. In Nigeria, the Kaduna State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Amina Baloni, in a statement issued on Saturday said the state government will pay daily incentives to frontline health workers and also provide them with additional insurance coverage for death and disability. According to Dr. Baloni, high-risk staff will receive a compensation of 15,000 naira per day, while medium-risk staff will receive 10,000 naira per day and low-risk staff will receive 5,000 naira per day. The statement also said that the insurance package includes a death benefit of 5 million naira, disability benefit of 2.5 million naira, and COVID-19 infection cover of 100,000 naira daily for 10 days. The commissioner also commended health workers in the state for their dedication and professionalism in the effort to contain and manage the COVID-19. The Secretary Rano Emirate Council, Kano State, Nigeria, Sang Haruna, has announced the death of the Emir of Rano, Tafida Abubakar Ila, aged 74. According to report, the late Emir was on Friday admitted at Malam Aminu Kano Teaching Hospital with an undisclosed ailment and was later referred to the Nasarawa Specialist Hospital for further medical attention, where he died on Saturday. The Rano Emirate is one of the 4 newly created emirates by Governor Abdullahi Ganduje. To the foreign scene, United States President Donald Trump took to Twitter on Saturday after Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi issued a rare joint statement turning down the Trump administration's offer to provide 1,000 rapid coronavirus tests so that more would be available for frontline healthcare workers. Pelosi and McConnell's joint statement said Congress is grateful for the administration's generous offer to deploy rapid COVID-19 testing capabilities to Capitol Hill, but respectfully declined the offer at this time. They added that the country's testing capacities are continuing to scale up nationwide, and Congress wants to keep directing resources to the frontline facilities where they can do the most good the most quickly. The statement added that the Senate is set to return next week with the congressional physician issuing protocols for screening and social distancing, while disclosing that Dr. Brian Monahan is the attending physician of the United States Congress. And talking health, Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, took part in a virtual roundtable with midwives, health visitors, parents and leading sector experts about the challenges that COVID-19 is having on new and expectant mothers and their families ahead of the Mental Health Awareness Week, which starts on Monday and runs through Sunday, May 10th in the United Kingdom. Catherine spoke with health workers at Kingston Hospital as they continue to battle against the coronavirus pandemic. The Duchess has long been involved in highlighting the importance of the early years and parental well-being, according to a press release from Kensington Palace. We'll take a break now, but when we return, more than 30 people arrested during stay-at-home protest in California capital. Stay with AD4 TV Radio.
Hi guys, I know most of us are terrified by the coronavirus and all the misinformation and fake news is not really helping. Now there are many recommended ways to stay safe during this period of COVID-19. One of the most important things, which is I am making sure that as often as possible, I am washing my hands with soap and water for a minimum of 20 seconds. Let me show you how. So rub your palms back and forth, spend some time on each side, and you go on the back of your hands. And make sure you get in between your fingers. This is very important because 80% of communicable diseases are actually transferred by touch. So washing your hands properly reduces the risk of you getting infected. My name is Banky Wellington. Be safe for yourself and safe for others too.
This message is brought to you by the United Nations in conjunction with the Federal Government of Nigeria, the Federal Ministry of Health, the NCDC and the Banky Wellington Foundation.
Many thanks for staying. More than 500 people on Friday gathered at the California Capitol in Sacramento to protest Governor Gavin Newsom's stay-at-home order. According to reports, the majority of the demonstrators were not wearing face masks or physically distancing, while a group of them were seen locking hands, jeopardizing the health and safety of themselves as well as officers and onlookers during this ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. As a result, police arrested 32 for failing to comply with the lawful orders to disperse along with health and safety violations. Still on the COVID-19 pandemic, travelers to France, including French citizens returning home, will face a compulsory 2-week quarantine and possible isolation when they arrive in the country to help slow the spread of coronavirus, the Health Minister Olivier Véran said on Saturday. France, which has been the 5th hardest hit country with 24,594 deaths from COVID-19, is preparing to gradually lift lockdown measures from May 11th. The new quarantine rules, however, will be included in a decree specifying measures laid out in a bill extending a state of emergency until July 24th, a move that allows the government to restrict freedom of movement. In Spain, masks will be compulsory on public transport from Monday as the country moves to gradually relax its tough lockdown. Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez said the government will distribute 6 million masks mainly at transport locations and give another 7 million to local authorities. Adults in Spain were able to exercise outdoors on Saturday for the first time in 7 weeks. The lockdown was eased for children under 14 a week ago. Lockdowns in other European countries are also being eased, though social distancing remains in force. Some countries require mask wearing in shops and on public transport. Talking business, billionaire investor Warren Buffett says his company Berkshire Hathaway has sold all of its shares in the 4 largest US airlines. Speaking at the annual shareholders meeting, Buffett said the world has changed because of the coronavirus, therefore he had been wrong to invest in the airline industry. Buffett's comment came just hours after Berkshire Hathaway announced the record $50 billion net first quarter loss. Game of Thrones actor Hafthor Bjornsson has set a world deadlifting record by lifting 501 kg. Bjornsson, a powerlifter who portrayed Sir Gregor Clegane, known as the Mountain in the HBO series, broke the record at his gym in his native Iceland. He lifted the barbell for 2 seconds before dropping the weight and roaring in delight. The event was streamed by sports broadcaster ESPN and filmed by Bjornsson's YouTube channel. Bjornsson, who is 2.05 meter tall, previously won the World's Strongest Man competition in 2018. That's it on AD4 TV Radio News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. You can join the conversation on our website at www.ad4tvradio.com. Please follow us on our social media platforms at AD4TV Radio on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn and Instagram. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel at AD4TV Radio. Many thanks for watching. I am Merciful Ajinomo.